Hello! Today I'm going to share with you some tips that I've never heard on YouTube before regarding Satisfactory. Now, a couple of these are going to be very obvious, a couple of them are a little bit more niche. Now, the first thing I'm going to share with you, two equipment items. You want a parachute. You want a Nobelisk detonator. I will show you why you want a parachute. I just went up that cliff. I just made that jump without taking fall damage. Get a parachute. Seriously. You can research it very early on by gathering mycelium and biomass and taking it to your mam. It is only, 3 steps in? You research mycelia, you research fabric, you research a parachute, and then you use some cable and some fabric and you make a parachute. That easy. Second thing, Nobelisk detonator. It's not hard to make Nobelisks. It's actually remarkably easy. If you want a good spot to make a Nobelisk factory, right here. There's a couple of nodes nearby. There's a sulfur node over here somewhere. There's an iron node over here. And I think there's a coal node up here somewhere. All fairly close together. Easy to make a Nobelisk factory. And if you put some time into getting Mercer spheres, then you can have infinite Nobelisks anytime you want. Nobelisks are very, very handy for clearing terrain. They also inherit your momentum, so if you want to throw them farther, either move forward or jump right before you throw it. Clears bushes, clears trees, doesn't drop any of that pesky inventory filling biomass, and also removes troublesome animals. For friendly animals such as our giraffe space tick thing here, you can use more gentle methods. You can use the bass boom effect from the boom box to scare away wildlife. If you do not like killing the noisy birds that are sitting in the way of your, what's that called, space elevator? Yeah, if you can't build your space elevator because there's birds in the way, well, you either got to kill them or you can scare them with your boombox. Now, I won't say that you're likely to have a boombox when you're building your space elevator because it costs, 5 awesome shop tickets? So, anyways, Nobelisks, fantastic, do great at clearing out trees, and are very good for dealing damage to hostile animals. I'm also going to talk for a moment about planing your factory. There are 2 tools that I am aware of that you can use to plane your factories. Let's say you have... Let me pull it up right quick. Not that window. Not that window. I have too many browsers open. This is the Satisfactory Calculator. You come over to the outputs and ignore the ads. They show a lot of ads. I like this site for a handful of reasons. The map is amazing, and the item list is also amazing. So let's say we want to make steel. We want to produce 60 steel per minute. There we go. This is a factory. To make 60 steel a minute, we will need 1 1/3 foundries. They rounded up from 0.3. And 60 coal and 60 iron ore per minute, feeding into our 2 foundries to make 60 steel ingots. Very handy dandy. Another option is the Satisfactory Modeler. It does the exact same thing, but I think it's much more elegant, and also there are no ads. This app is free on Steam. Let's say I want to make steel. Let's make steel ingots. It requires iron. You can choose from your 2 available iron recipes, iron, or if you have access to it, transmutable iron from limestone. Coal. You can mine coal, transmute coal from iron or limestone, use bio coal or charcoal. There we go. You need 2 miners producing 60 coal apiece to make 60 steel ingots. Simple as that. It also has fantastic support for alternate recipes. This is a foundry, this is a foundry, but this foundry is loaded up with the alternate recipe of solid iron. So if you say, I want iron ingots, and then you mine the iron, it tells you that for 60 iron input, you need 2 smelters, and for 60 coal, you need 1 1/2 foundries, but that produces 90 steel ingots. It's fantastic. It's an amazing tool. I don't use either of them anymore. I prefer pen and paper. It feels more organic. I tried doing a factory based off of the Satisfactory Modeler, and I found myself doing exactly this, which is the next tip. If you want to put out an absurdly specific number of items per minute, let's say 2.5, nah, I'm gonna underclock this. I want to put out exactly 1 1/64 of an automated wiring per minute, right? There's a calculator built into this. You can type 1 plus 1/64, and you will get 1.02 items per minute with a very specific percentage clock speed. This is a calculator. It's really neat. So the default is 2.5. I could say 4/5 items per minute. 0.8 items per minute at 32% clock speed. I could do 2.5 times 4/5, and that should give me 2. Yes, because 4/5 of 2.5 is 2. This is a very, very handy thing. It was a Hail Mary to get the exact number that I wanted while reading off of my Satisfactory Modeler. But again, I highly encourage that for at least your first handful of factories, like whenever you're starting out, if you do start out at the grassy plateau, somewhere around here, there's 3 or so iron nodes. Take 2 of them and turn them into an iron processing plant. That's what I did. I had a lot of fun. I hand calculated the iron processing for that. I hand calculated the iron processing to make smart plates. It was a fun adventure. Very rewarding once you get all the power hooked up. So, again, for your first handful of factories, try it by hand. Just try it. And if you don't like it, try the calculators. And then after you try the calculators and realize it's so much more fun to do it by hand, and I haven't done aluminum yet. I've heard bad things about that, so we're going to see how that goes. My last tip for you in the game, build a MAM next to your nodes that produce resources that you want to research. When you find mycelium, build a MAM and just harvest a bunch of mycelium right there. If you're harvesting mycelium, there's a good chance that you have a chainsaw and you can use it to grab lots of biomass at the same time. And there's a good chance that you just always have copper cables in your inventory. So you can probably parachute as soon as you find your mycelium, as long as you can build a MAM and have a chainsaw. Here I am at my Caterium factory. There's where the Caterium comes from. Comes down 2 belts. 2 Mark II belts. I built this MAM here. I was able to research ore, ingots, quick wire, and AI limiters all right here. And that will get you pretty much the entire left side of this tree. There are a couple of items that I cannot do yet because I have yet to get into processing the oil. I just unlocked that feature. I just entered phase 3. So that will happen soon-ish. Now, my final tip, my absolute final tip, and you can thank this man. It is because of watching his videos that I even started playing Satisfactory again. There is a channel on YouTube called Gaming with Doc. There will be a link in the description. But watching his YouTube shorts is the sole reason that I picked Satisfactory back up after how many months or years of not playing it. And I have sincerely loved the game. I have sincerely, absolutely loved it. And I hope that you do too. I hope that these tips serve you well, and I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. Goodbye.